Hey there, whoa there, it's Rogue here. Blumhouse is retelling a classic story, not a werewolf movie, but a wolf man movie. Directed by Leigh Whannell, starring Christopher Abbott, Julia Garner, and Matilda Firth. After inheriting a remote farmhouse, a family decides to move to Oregon. The family fights to survive after experiencing an accident and being attacked by a creature. As the night continues, the father begins to transform into something unrecognizable.
What was that thing, Blake?
It was like an animal, but it was standing on 2 feet, like a person.
This is going to be a spoiler review. You have been warned.
Blake? What is that?
Let's start with the positives.
Blake?
Teddy, can you hear me?
Are you okay?
This is a movie that has heart. I wasn't expecting serious topics like mental health and generational curses to be touched on. Blake, portrayed by Christopher Abbott, was raised by an emotionally abusive father. In the opening scene, we see that Blake's father is an outdoorsman and teaching Blake survival skills. I really liked this opening scene because it wasn't what I expected. We get a time jump of 30 years and we see Blake with his own daughter. Unfortunately, he is being emotionally abusive towards his daughter. Admitting his mistakes and apologizing, Blake is taking steps to break generational curses. Blake is also open and honest with communication with his wife as they are currently going through a rough patch in their marriage.
Do you live in a forest?
Sometimes.
Can you fly?
Nope.
Do you walk on 4 legs?
Yes.
A bear?
No. Are you a deer?
No, I'm a fawn.
A fawn?
I really respect the filmmaker's decision to touch on such serious topics. I thought the wreck scene was absolutely incredible. Everything just happened so fast, and the movie does not let up after this point. The first death of the movie is the best death of the movie. The truck comes to a stop in a tree, and Blake's friend in the passenger seat opens the door and falls out, slamming to the ground beneath him. At that point, Blake's friend is severely injured and becomes easy pickings for the Wolfman.
You hurt? You gotta move quick. Come on, run.
Thankfully, they crash close to the farmhouse, so Blake and his family are able to make it inside before the Wolfman gets them too. Blake isn't feeling too well, and it's revealed that he was actually scratched by the Wolfman. I didn't see this coming. I didn't realize he had gotten scratched. I thought he was injured from the broken glass.
What was that thing, Blake?
It was like an animal, but it was standing on 2 feet, like a person.
Blake's slow transformation into the Wolfman is the best thing about this movie, in my opinion. My favorite scene of the entire movie involves a spider.
Blake? What?
Something's happening to me. I can't understand you.
Blake? Is that you?
Blake hears what seems to be the Wolfman on the roof, but after following the noise, Blake discovers that he's actually hearing a spider walking on the wall.
Daddy, we love you. What's wrong with him?
He's sick.
Blake's senses have become heightened, and he's also losing the ability to communicate with his wife and daughter. I really enjoyed how it looked when we saw things from the Wolfman's point of view, the wolf vision.
Blake, is that you?
Daddy, we love you. What's wrong with him?
He's sick.
I really liked the direction this movie took because I didn't expect it to go that way, and I couldn't guess where this movie was headed. There were at least 3 homages that I picked up on: a homage to Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and Saw. Let's talk about the aspects of the film I feel mixed about. The chemistry between husband and wife just really isn't there. I believe the dynamic between the father and the daughter, but not the dynamic between husband and wife. It just doesn't feel convincing.
Blake, stop.
We learn early on in the film that these two are going through a rough patch in their marriage, and by the end of the film, it didn't seem like that was resolved. I also feel mixed about the subplot involving Blake's father being missing. As soon as it's revealed that he's missing, I immediately thought to myself, oh, so he's the Wolfman? To me, it was obvious, but in the third act, they reveal it like it wasn't supposed to be obvious.
Do you live in a forest?
Sometimes.
Can you fly?
Nope.
Do you walk on 4 legs?
Yes.
A bear?
No.
Let's jump into the negatives. The design of the Wolfman is absolutely ridiculous. They keep the character hidden, and it's a very dark movie for good reason because the makeup looks ridiculous. I understand that this is a wolf man and not a werewolf, but the character design is absolutely terrible. Look at this promotional image. This looks ridiculous. This looks like something during the Halloween season that you could expect to see at your local community college haunted house. I cannot believe that this is what we got in the movie. Listen, I don't care how dark you made the movie. You can't hide how bad this character design is. This is terrible. Papa Wolf isn't the only one because his son looks ridiculous too.
Don't you lay a hand on her.
Let's talk about that transformation scene. Are you a fan of American Werewolf in London or Michael Jackson's Thriller music video? Well, lower your expectations completely to the ground because the transformation scene in this movie is ridiculous. I can't believe this character design was approved. Someone really looked at this and said, yep, that's cleared for filming. I will say though, I thought it was cool when he dislocated his jaw during the transformation process. Once the transformation is complete, he looks just as ridiculous as Papa Wolf. Apparently, Leigh Whannell drew inspiration from body horror and Heath Ledger's Joker. I don't see it. Keep my Joker's name out of your mouth. The character design does look slightly better after he loses a foot and is down on all fours.
Blake, stop. Don't you lay a hand on her.
Another negative is I did not feel the emotional weight when the wife has to put down her husband. We don't see them completely resolve their marital issues, lack of chemistry between the actors, and on top of the terrible character design, I didn't feel anything when she put her husband down.
Blake, is that you? Daddy, we love you. What's wrong with him?
He's sick.
Overall, though, I was entertained by this movie, and despite its really huge flaws, I still had a good time with this one. I am going to give The Wolfman a 6 out of 10. Join my Rogue Gallery by clicking the subscribe button and follow me on Instagram at Alexis Has Gone Rogue.